Welcome to Women Today, the show created by women for women on issues that are important to us. I'm your host, Liz Toll, and I am here as always with Kathy Coco Colangelo.
Hello.
Hello. Lonnie Poy looking beautiful as always. And Kathy Cucci. You guys look awesome. The jewelry, the accessories.
Oh, thank you.
Glamour ladies at the table today.
We're
You look
banging
bad
it.
yourself.
No, I know.
I don't know. It's hard to hold up to you guys, but listen, we've got an awesome show, a really important show. When remember I did the 40-day transformation at Mystic Yoga, and I had an opportunity to meet a lady there, and we were kind of sharing in our circle and doing our thing, and she was telling me about an issue that I didn't know a lot about. She was talking to me about dyslexia and her experience with it. And I was fascinated to hear, not only is dyslexia not really exactly what everybody thinks it is, but also the transformation that you can see as a child or as an adult if you get treated. And if you find out that this is what's going on. Just fascinating stuff. They're going to come on with us today. We have Tina Marie DeLong, who is from the Decoding Dyslexia of Pennsylvania group. And we have Allison Dryfoos-Mazzie, who is the lady that I met. It's funny where you meet people. But they're both going to come on with us, and they're going to talk to us about dyslexia. And if someone out there is watching and they are having a child maybe that's having trouble in school, or if they're an adult that hasn't quite grasped as good of a reading skill as they'd like to, maybe this is what's going on. And maybe they can get some help.
Yeah, and I think it's a lot more common than we realize.
Coco, I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think we're going to find out a lot of things tonight that we did not know.
It'll be
All right,
very interesting.
You're watching Women Today only on WYLN. When we get back after the break, we're going to decode dyslexia. That's next. Stay here.
Women Today is produced in cooperation with Lehigh Valley Health Network, Hazleton.
Express Care. Walk in and you walk into the region's most trusted health network.
The Marriott Fairfield Inn and Suites of Hazleton awaits you. Our Fairfield Inn provides you with just the travel experience you're looking for. Meeting room space, jacuzzi suites, indoor pool, whirlpool, and dry sauna. The Residence Inn is perfect for temporary housing in the greater Hazleton area. An all-suite property with evening reception, sport court, fire pit, and outdoor grill area. At the Hampton Inn, enjoy our on-site lounge and restaurant, outdoor pool with spacious deck and spectacular valley views, and a hot breakfast daily. Whichever property you choose, you can be certain of clean, modern facilities, friendly staff, and impeccable service.
Welcome back to Women Today. We are now joined by Tina Marie DeLong and Allison Dryfoos-Mazzie from Decoding Dyslexia PA. And we're talking about transformation this season. And I can only imagine how transforming it must be for a child or even an adult to realize that that's something that's been holding them back is dyslexia. But we were talking a little bit before we came on camera, and dyslexia isn't really what we've all kind of thought it was. So Tina Marie, I'm going to start with you. When I say dyslexia, what should people think when they hear that word?
For a layman, rather than give the definition, I think what you're looking for is if you have a child who is a pretty bright kiddo and they're struggling learning to read, or they have horrific spelling, or they have trouble learning their alphabet, or being able to name the letters. Those are significant pieces that you can look for and go, wait a minute, they're not just keeping up with their peers. There's something we should look at here.
And Allison, if you don't mind, and you and I met at yoga class and we got to talking, how did you get involved with this group?
Well, last fall, my daughter started first grade, and I really realized, I always knew she was bright, but just something didn't click. She just couldn't get her ABCs. She couldn't rhyme. I knew there was something wrong, and when she got to first grade, it was at that point where she knew she wasn't keeping up with the other students, and her self-confidence was just shattered, and she would sit in class and shake and cry, and she just couldn't keep up, and she just couldn't read. Whatever we tried to do, it just wouldn't work. So I had her evaluated and was told that she's dyslexic. So that's when I started absorbing myself in the internet and educating myself, because unfortunately as you said, not too many people know really a lot about dyslexia, so I really had to educate myself on it.
And it's funny, it's there, and we know it's there, but when it's our child and it's our family, all of a sudden it's there's never enough resources. What and either one of you can answer, if you suspect dyslexia, what are some things you can do, or what are some of the steps that you should take?
Well, the first thing you should do is you should have your school evaluate the child. Ask for a comprehensive educational evaluation. Unfortunately, with that, only the children who are considered eligible for special education get those services. So what happens is parents think, my child wasn't eligible, they don't have dyslexia, when that's not the case. Our children are given the label of specific learning disability if they are eligible for special education, but the other kids, they still need the help, they're just not low enough. So that's knowing that it isn't a matter of them trying harder, that they need to be taught a very specific way. Orton Gillingham is the methodology that has been proven to work with our kids. And once they get that, those kids fly, like you were saying earlier, they just fly. It's a complete turnaround for their lives if they get the right methodology.
Teachers needed special training to be able to teach.
Right.
Yes. In fact, my daughter's first grade teacher, she's phenomenal, and she said she just knew she didn't have the tools. She said, how many times can you tell a student the same thing over and over again? She knew there was something just not that she couldn't offer. So we enrolled her in tutoring, where they applied the Orton Gillingham, and I mean, talk about a transformation. She went from a child who was shaking in her chair crying to a child at the end of the year that said, spelling is so boring. And I said, why? And she said, because it's so easy.
Wow. How about that? Now, did you learn this technique? Were you able to learn the technique?
I felt as though I reached out to a woman from the International Dyslexia Association, and she is a phenomenal woman. She's in Lewisburg, and she started tutoring my daughter, and she's got years and years of training.
So they have this methodology where they can work with the child and say, when you see this is what it is, or
yes.
How important is it to catch this early?
Extremely. Unfortunately, up until third grade, that is when you are learning to read. After that, you are reading to learn. So when you go to special education, you really don't get to be able to be in special education until you're 2 years behind. So by that point, you're losing a lot of kids, and what it does for their self-esteem, it literally destroys these kids. They hate school. These are the kids that you see kicking and screaming, they don't want to go into the school. Getting them early is crucial. There's actually a pilot program in Pennsylvania that was passed last year, and out of the 500 school districts, they are running this pilot in 3 districts, which you have to take baby steps, it's politics. So hopefully at the end of that 3 years, they will have the proof that this is what we need to be doing. We already know it works. The Children's Dyslexia Centers in Pennsylvania are already doing this. So our kids are getting help outside of the school, but they have sometimes a 2-year waiting list. Both of my children were on a 2-year waiting list.
And those are very important years.
Yes, they're very, very important.
Tell me, what about adults? What about adults?
Well, I can say from a personal experience, I'm pretty sure that I'm dyslexic.
Really?
I am. When I think of being in school, especially first grade, I think that's when it really hits kids. Reading didn't come easy to me. Spelling was terrible. My self-confidence was terrible. I have a twin sister who was in the gifted program, so I was always sort of felt compared to her. And I think even as an adult, a friend of mine who's in our group of moms that get together and support one another, she's dyslexic and she's her doctorate, and she's a brilliant woman. But when she said this, she said when she's reading a book like Harry Potter, she comes across a name, a strange name, she'll just make up her own name.
Yes,
and I thought, oh my gosh,
yeah.
should I do that? And my spelling, I'll Google words because I can't figure out the spelling, and and things like that. So I think that I always felt that I was really kind of stupid. And when I went into college in an art program, and that's when I felt like I kind of flew and soared. I really excelled at that, and so that's my perspective. On
what can you do as an adult if, like you said, you're just realizing now, like, oh, that's That's what it was.
Well, I was lucky. I'm mild, but then you think of more severe cases where there's dropouts.
There's a gentleman that I'm working with who is now 30, and he has his high school diploma. And when I asked him to put out the whole alphabet, I gave him little letters. He could not put that in order. And I put the word sat in front of him and he couldn't read it. And I put set and he couldn't read it. And I put sit and he couldn't read it. But because he has a wonderful visual memory, he could read words like favorite, climbed, and jumped.
Memorized.
Because he memorized them. That's why what's really important when I look at someone's test results is how they do it pseudo word decoding, which is fake words. So if I give you the word zeep, which is just like Jeep, you should be able to figure out what that's supposed to say. And if you cannot, that's when you know a child is not reading that they have memorized.
That's like those things you see on Facebook and so on. If you can read this, you're better than me.
And I'll have to tell you, I tested that this weekend with 5 people. 3 were dyslexic and 2 were not, and everyone was able to read them. I don't think they have any validity whatsoever.
We've only got a couple minutes left, and you have something going on that you've told us about. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, we have 2 things. First is November 5th. We have a program going on at the Butler Community Center at 6 o'clock, and we're going to have a little talk about what dyslexia is, what to look for. If your child is struggling with reading, please come out to this. It could make the difference. And then we have an attorney, Michael Connolly, who's coming and just to tell parents about the steps about evaluation and what children's rights are and things like that, as far as how the schools can really help them.
And actually, if you go on Decoding Dyslexia's Facebook page, we put events out there regularly so that they can see. One of the things that we have coming up is a year-long of free parent training. So it's once a month by professionals in the field that are going to be doing webinars so that parents can learn Dyslexia 101. What does this start with? You know, how do you ask for an assessment? When you get the assessment, how do I read that? Because someone said to me just today, I feel like I'm reading a legal document. And I said, you are reading a legal document. That's a legal document between you and your district.
Wow, this is all fascinating. So we are almost out of time. But thank you so much for just giving us a little tiny taste. And I told you, I wish I had more time, and I say that every single week because our guests are so fascinating. We learn so much. And I can see how this can be really transforming for a child, especially who's in school. So thank you very much for sharing the resources. We'll have, while you're on the screen, your information has been up, but we'll also have all your information on our Facebook page, and people can contact you and hopefully get some more information if they feel like they need it for their kids. Thank you so much for being here. We have a dozen tie-dyed roses. They're from Bart at Smilax. And for our guests, you'll either have to fight or take 6 home each. Thank you very much for being on with us.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for staying with us. Please stay right here, because when we get back after the break, it is the Simply Homebrew Wine of the Week. It's next. Stay with us. Carmen's Country Inn and Drums, continuously making our venue a more beautiful space for your exceptional wedding for over 35 years. Each year we update our facility to provide you with the best experience for your special day. It's your day, your way, with a package to fit your budget. Call Kathy today and make your dream wedding come true.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
The Women Today Wine of the Week is presented by Simply Homebrew in Drums.
Welcome back to Women Today. It's time for the Simply Homebrew Wine of the Week. Ladies, this I think is a treat. This wine today is Banana Pineapple Paradise.
Ooh, that sounds great.
It is a fragrant wine. It combines the tropical flavors of banana and pineapple to create the perfect patio thirst quencher. Gotta love it. The acidity of the pineapple, the butteriness of the banana, and the aromas from both form a well-balanced and refreshing drink. Can you smell the pineapple? I can smell the pineapple.
It smells fabulous.
And it's nice and chilled. We've chilled it.
Cheers.
Chilled it well. Cheers.
This is yummy.
This is the kind of wine where
Delish. It is a patio. What is it? A patio?
a patio drinking wine. Absolutely.
It is patio drinking.
I don't know if that's the appropriate way to describe a wine as yummy, but it is.
It is yummy.
Oh, it's yummy.
It is yummy. There is absolutely no strong aftertaste of that. It is very smooth. It is sweet, but not too.
Right.
And it's very, very smooth.
I'm going to
Very
say
nice.
it tastes like summer.
It does taste like summer.
You really taste the pineapple.
Kathy, what are you cooking?
Some summer stuff.
Summer stuff. Okay, that's a technical term. All right. Kathy, we're going to see what kind of summer stuff you've got right after the break. You're watching Women Today. Stay here and you'll find out what Kathy's summer stuff is. We'll be back.
Express Care. Walk in and you walk into the region's most trusted health network.
For over 25 years, Whitetail Preserve Shooting Range, 118 Boulevard Road, Bloomsburg, has provided professionally designed skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields. All stations are handicapped accessible with resident NRA certified shooting instructors on site. There are packages available to fit anyone's budget, restaurant and catering on site. Our facility is also available for weddings, business meetings, bachelor and private parties. Call 570-384-2314.
Welcome back to Women Today. It's time now to cook with Kathy. It's brought to you by the Sammy Hotel Group. We are very grateful to them for sponsoring this segment. And we are very grateful to Pete from Simply Homebrew for giving us this bottle of wine this week. We all love pineapple.
We do.
And this one's a keeper. This one I think we're gonna go in on a case. This is, and it's chilled just right.
Yes, it is.
This is a really nice, it's sweet but not too sweet. It's a very nice wine. It's going to go great. Kathy, what are you doing down there?
Well, I was struggling, as you know, Liz, and you suggested we do the brie tonight. So we did brie, and I also did, thank you, Vanna, I also did pineapple wrapped in bacon.
Because bacon's good with everything, right?
That's right, our favorite condiment here. And we put a little bit of barbecue sauce on that. Two really, really easy recipes that we're just going to go through very quickly. Your brie.
Love brie.
I have puff pastry here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of egg wash and put that on the brie, and then I'm going to just wrap the brie with my egg wash and get that all stuck in there. So it looks like a wonderful.
And you know what? That brie is so nice when it melts. I love brie anyway, but it's fabulous.
Now I wanted to decorate it a little bit, and I took a cookie cutter, and what I did was I cut out
Little flowers.
a little flour, and we're going to put the little flour on top of the
hopefully their
brie
dough will be
package
cooler. Their dough will be cooler. It's very hot here in our studio.
Yeah, I'm struggling with this guy here, so bear with me, ladies. I'm sorry.
Yeah, in real life, you'll have your brie will be chilled. It'll be easier.
It'll be easier to work with. And then to make it puff up like that, I put a second flour on there, but I'm not going to attempt that now. So what you do then is you put an egg wash on this, and you just follow the directions of the package for the puff pastry, and you bake that until it gets nice and brown and wonderful. And you want to take that out when it's done and serve that with some crackers and some mustard. When you cut into that, the brie is just going to melt all over the place, and it's going to be nice and creamy. And our pineapple wine will really complement that.
And you've got your nice fresh pineapple over there as well. You can serve it with crackers or fresh fruit.
And I'm going to show you how to make, thank you, the pineapple hors d'oeuvre, which is really simple. So I have fresh pineapple here, and it's so easy.
I love fresh pineapple. I'm like, if I cut a fresh pineapple, it's gone. I'll stand at the kitchen sink and eat it. I guess some people eat donuts and stuff. I like that fresh pineapple. I'll just eat the whole thing.
So wrap that bacon around
especially if it's wrapped in bacon.
pineapple.
I don't usually have it with bacon, but I'm willing to try.
You have to try it. Okay. Toothpick through it.
I'm sitting here watching. I'm wondering this is the way I get Ryan to eat pineapple because it's wrapped in bacon. Usually if anything has bacon, he'll try it.
Bacon is wonderful. Lonnie and I always say it's our favorite condiment.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It makes everything taste
so it's wrapped, and then what you want to do is you want to put it in your on your broiler pan, because you want that grease to fall down from that, and cook that in the oven until it's nice and brown. When you take that out of the oven, you're going to just put a little bit of your sauce on there, and I have a wonderful barbecue sauce that really complements that. When you taste this, it almost tastes like a ham, a country ham, that pineapple and ham, and it's going to go really well with that wine, ladies.
And neither one of these are too difficult. These are both things you can make ahead of time. Just pop in the oven so that you're not all busy and frantic when you have your guests, which I love things like that.
Really easy stuff.
Great job as usual.
Thank you so much.
Kathy,
Thank you, Kathy.
Thank you so much. We're looking forward to that. After we're done with taping this show here, that's going to be awesome, and it's going to go great with the wine. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You're watching Women Today only on WYLN. When we get back after the break, it's giveaway time. We're going to find out who won the great giveaway from last week. We've got another one this week. It's going to keep the summer going for you, and then we'll find out who our Woman on the Move is. It's all coming up. Don't go away.
The Cheese Store and More has all your traditional meats and cheeses, ready-to-go meals including homemade pastas such as stuffed shells, ravioli, manicotti, and more, specialty salads and olive bar. They have all those hard-to-find items for your family table. Baked goods and meat, cheese and fruit trays available. Let them cater your next gathering. Call or stop in today. 1111 West 15th Street in Hazleton. 570-455-3425.
Get the entire story when it's convenient for you, and get it from WYLN News. 2 daily newscasts from your #1 source for local news. WYLN's Evening Edition, news at 5:30, and WYLN's Late Edition, news at 10. More than just headlines. It's the whole story. In-depth reporting on hot topics and more. Plus the area's most accurate weather report from the WYLN Weather Center. More news, weather, and sports twice a day. Only on WYLN, we're your local network.
Welcome back to Women Today. It is now giveaway time. Miss Lonnie.
And the winner from the Dragonfly restaurant is Michelle Venklowski. She liked us on Facebook. And if anybody never ate at the Dragonfly, she has some really unique
and nice coffee. Nice coffees,
very nice.
Espressos and cappuccinos and natural drinks.
Such a cool place. I love to just go there and hang out.
So she's going to get a nice gift certificate.
Yes, she is.
All right.
And next week what we have is we have an $89 gift certificate to Paradise Tanning at the Walmart Plaza. For those that don't want a tanning bed, they have the spray tanning, and so really it's really a nice
and they
gift.
get the t-shirt.
And yeah, absolutely.
And they get the
nice
t-shirt
and a gift certificate.
And Lonnie, you know, just even to go to the balls and things like that happen in the fall. We have the Cancer Society ball and all the the formal events. For your gown. If you don't want to use the tanning bed, you can get the spray tanning.
Absolutely. So it's
and
a
their
great
tanning beds
gift.
are very safe, from what I understand as well. So that's a fabulous gift. Very generous. We appreciate it.
Yes,
What
we
do
do.
we'd love to do.
Like us on Facebook, email us, write to us, call us, and you could be a winner.
See us in Wise Supermarket. Had a lady stop me in Wise Supermarket this week. Gotta love it. A lot of product placements here. We're going to stop that. Okay.
Whatever works.
Whatever works. Our Woman on the Move this week, this segment is brought to our viewers by All Care Home Care. We're very grateful to them. And also by Elson and Company. This fabulous gift. Show it to them, Coco. Show it to them.
That is beautiful.
You know, I've already started delivering some of these to our ladies, and they are thrilled with them. And I just love it. Love it, love it. Who's getting it?
This week, our Woman on the Move is Dr. Sherry Ann Homenko. She was nominated by, she had an anonymous nomination by one of her mentors.
You could do that, though. You could do that.
If you
no
just
pressure.
want to...
don't want to pick favorites or whatever, you can just keep it anonymous. We'll keep your secret.
So Sherry Ann is a clinical pharmacist who was born and raised in Hazel Township. She's a 2005 graduate of Hazleton Area High School. She was graduated with distinguished honors and was a top 30 graduate from high school. She was very involved in a lot of different activities. Then she advanced her education by attending Wilkes University's Nesbitt College of Pharmacy, their Doctor of Pharmacy program.
Wow.
She graduated cum laude in 2011 with a Doctor of Pharmacy degree and a minor in chemistry, no less. She has practiced in community, institutional, and long-term acute healthcare settings, and currently Dr. Homenko works as a clinical staff pharmacist with Select Medical Corporation in Danville, Pennsylvania. She works as part of an interdisciplinary team to achieve improved patient outcomes and overall care. She's also a licensed immunizer and proficient in medication therapy management. Sherry has served as a mentor on studentmentor.org, which is a nonprofit that seeks to increase college completion and student career readiness they connect college students with professionals to help them. She currently volunteers as a pharmacy student preceptor and as an alumni mentor. She's also very involved in the West Hazleton Lions Club. She serves on Can Do, their board of directors. She's a founding member of Miss Greater Hazleton Scholarship Organization. She serves as their co-executive director. She participates and assists in fundraising activities for the Children's Miracle Network. She is
amazing.
So busy.
Amazing. And this is exactly the type of woman that we're trying to recognize. So congratulations to her. We're going to see her, and she's going to get her beautiful bracelet. And we really love the beautiful work that these ladies are doing in their community. I'm so impressed by our young women in our communities. Just fabulous. So we're looking forward to giving that to her.
Yes, we are.
Great show. Can't wait to try your brie.
I know.
Next week, we're going to have Dr. Evans on with us, and there's a brand new breast cancer initiative and a brand new center right here in Hazleton. Again, our good friends at the Lehigh Valley Health Network are bringing some really important technology and information to our area, and I'm looking forward to seeing that and to hearing what they have to share with us.
Great.
Ladies, as always, it is wonderful to be here with you and our studio crew. You know, we're always talking about voices in my ear and people out here. You know, we got to give a shout out to Joe Maggio, to Tony Pacelli, to Mike Moran, our studio production manager. They're the guys that make sure that our shots are good, to make sure that you can hear what you're supposed to hear and don't hear what you're not supposed to hear. And of course, Mike Moran's the guy that puts it all together and makes it look good for us. So this is Women Today to you, but there's a lot more women today behind the scenes. So thanks to them as well. Thank you for joining us as always, and we're going to see you next time.